Czechoslovakia. Through the God's grace and the generosity of the people of America, I came here to the United States, moved 1991, enjoying this part of the beauty of God's creation. The general call started not pretty clear. Night is in response to Holy Father John Paul II call to go deeper into union with God and preparing us for the great Jubilee by focusing us on the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's where a call began in response to the movements of the Holy Spirit to help people to know God. Didn't know exactly what it means, and later when I became spiritual director, I realized how hungry are people for that intimate relationship with God, but there's not much being taught how to pray. And when people don't pray, they have desire to receive the answers, so they go to priests, to religious people, and try to find the answers. And I learned in the spiritual directions I am not God, so I cannot give them answer. Only way how I can help them to lead them to God to prayer. But in the spiritual direction, there's not much time to teach about the prayer. So in response to the need, I sensed that God was asking me to start a ministry that focus on the prayer, on the relationship with God, rather than on academic approach to our faith. Because I really believe that in every parish there is a certain percentage of the people who are so hungry to go deeper. And there's not much going on this particular spiritual formation or formation of teaching how to pray. So with Father Chris' permission, I asked Archbishop, and after a few years of discernment, God allowed us to have Father Chris through Archbishop and his generosity.
All right. So I'm Father Chris Hellstrom. I've been a priest of the Archdiocese, by the grace of God, 30 years. And some years ago, I was the spiritual director, director of the spirituality year for the seminary. And when I was working there, I noticed that as guys were going through their spiritual growth, they kind of needed connectors. They were reading some great spiritual works. They were reading the entire Bible throughout the year. But some things didn't connect, and so I thought I needed to teach some things to help them make connections. As I did that for many years, I kind of began to think I was giving them formation, spiritual formation, but in all that I thought, well, I'm giving really more Christian formation than priestly formation. When I ended my seminary time, I thought, I wonder what it'd be like to actually offer this to lay people. And I did a couple of years, and it was received well, but then pastoral life became kind of busy. But Peter Storr, a couple years after I left seminary, had founded an Ipso because he saw a great need for spiritual formation for the laity. And eventually asked me if I'd be interested, and I said, certainly, but pastoral life takes precedence right now, so certainly talk to the Archbishop, and I will too. But so we waited for a while, we waited 4 years. But an opportunity came up where I could be released from pastoral life, which is a huge grace. And about a year and 2 months ago, I joined in Ipso to bring what I had learned from spirituality here into the lay world and to teach the connecting items that people often seem not to have when they're trying to grow in their spiritual life, when they're trying to grow in their life of charity, their Christian witness. They really have a tremendous desire to make connections in prayer and need helps along the way. But I think it's a time to really refine our wealth, the wealth of our faith, and the wealth of our faith not only that we desire, that so many people desire. We've been given so many other blessings, material blessings, but we really need the deeper blessings. So I now kind of forgot the question that you asked, and I'm not bringing this around to where I want to take it. What was the question that you asked?
I had said, is there anything that you had been thinking about, knowing you were going to do this interview, that you really wanted to get through to people?
Oh, yeah. So it's a privilege to teach this, and it's probably better if it came from our parents or grandparents. I think many of them did heroic things in trying to hand on the faith. But it's time to go deeper. We have so many more challenges. We need more. And we're hoping and we pray and we feel that God has called us to do this, not because we're better than others. I think there would be other people that are better than us. to do this. We just feel such a desire and such a call to bring people to a much deeper connection with God in a day and age where it's still pretty easy to take God out of society, to take the way of living our faith more deeply.